He calls himself Millennial Mining's best stock picker. He's also the founder of CEO.ca, a site that tracks stocks in real time. He joins us now in studio. Tommy Humphries, Happy New Year. Welcome back to the show.
Great to see you, Daniela.
So, Millennial Mining's best stock picker. That's a tongue twister.
I don't know if I can live up to those shoes. Those are big shoes to fill, I meant. But, you know, 2016 was a really good year for us. We've been studying the junior sector for probably the past 5 years and kind of waiting and biding our time and studying the best situations. And so being exposed to the market and being positioned in some better quality stories really paid off last year. And on our CEO site, we had a stock picking contest, which had about 75 entrants, and I was lucky to win. I think we had our lucky dice in our pocket last year.
So let's recap some of your winners.
Well, you know, I think the biggest success in the market these days is a company called Next Gen Energy, which we were profiled countless times, more than 50 times when it was under 40 cents, and it traded at $3.10 today. That's a big uranium discovery in Saskatchewan, so we're all over that, and our community is all over that. Lithium X Energy was another story. We kind of bounced out of Next Gen into the lithium space and met a young CEO who we believed in, and that was a 15 cent to $2.80 run in 6 months last year. So it was a very kind time to be in the market.
And we've had Brian on a few times on the show.
He's a great personality. Hope years to come he'll be coming back.
Let's talk about the Canadian resource sector. Obviously, it was a hot one in 2016. Can we expect more this year?
I absolutely think we're going to have a great year. You know, the easy money maybe was made last year with many 500% plus moves in some commodity stocks, but I think, you know, the market is sort of agreeing that commodities have bottomed. I can't take credit for the quote. I think it was Ian Telfer who said that the mining sector is like, when money flows into the sector, it's like pouring a bottle of scotch into a shot glass, and capital flows everywhere. So there's just so few opportunities for investors and really so much money globally when they're interested in the space. So I see 2017 as a year, exploration being financed, takeovers happening, especially with some of the development stage gold companies, because really over the last 5 years, nobody invested in exploration or buying or finding new deposits. So I think the space is going to have just as good of a run this year as last, but it won't last forever. You want to date these stocks, not marry them.
And Tommy, you are a millennial. You are a young face in the industry. What made you get interested in this space?
I've got a few grays now, Daniela, that maybe I didn't have when we first met. But the reason to be in this space was very simple. Growing up in Vancouver, Canada, you take a look around and there's
You're in real estate
two places. You're in real estate or resources. And so it occurred to me that there was an incredible amount of wealth created for Canadian entrepreneurs and investors in the space. Is obviously highly volatile, but I knew it was explosive. I knew it had potential. But really the best part about it is it's a business that kind of trades on stories. Most of the companies are pre-revenue stage, so that really they kind of live and die on the confidence the market has in the story and the management. And I love stories. I love swapping stories. I love learning them and sharing them. So it's such a fascinating way to see the world, to you know, learn about and get an edge on some investment situations. So for me, it was a perfect fit, and I do love it.
Finally, speaking about Canadian entrepreneurs, one famous one, Kevin O'Leary. I know you were hanging out with him in Colombia. What's your take on him running, or you know, his attempted run here in Canadian politics?
Well, Kevin O'Leary, as you know from your interviews with him, he's a famous Canadian entrepreneur and personality, and he has, I guess, has stated maybe considering running for a Conservative leadership party in Canada. I was able to have dinner with him a couple of times last week in Colombia, like you said. I think it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to run and win, especially the Conservative leadership party's nomination. I mean, he's bringing a machine gun to a knife fight with his personality, his communication skills, his brand awareness. He's incredibly talented, and I think the public would be very surprised to learn, yes, he has Trump's economic policies. He wants Canada to follow and be competitive in terms of taxes, pipelines, and job creation, but he's the most socially liberal person you could imagine. He could be, in my opinion, as left-leaning in all the social causes as Trudeau was. I have nothing against Trudeau, but I think O'Leary's got great economic policies, and so I think we're going to see him run, maybe win. And that'll be good for our space, most likely.
2016 definitely proved crazier things have happened. Tommy Humphries, thanks so much for joining us in the studio. And thanks for watching today's edition of Kitco's Gold Report. We'll see you next week.